item 4 regarding matters pending from CCMAS 43. The first point regarding the methods of analysis for protein in quinoa. The quinoa is one type of grains available in or planted in Latin America, and it is very important since it contains all the basic acids and it can be considered as a full protein. So it is being used in a number of countries. So we need to see the methodology, how to do the analysis of protein in quinoa.
CCMAS 43 endorsed the ISO 1871 for the definition. So this was type 4 and it's to know this standard ISO 1871 is a general guidance for the determination of protein and not a method for analysis. This standard contains specific and general recommendation to conduct analysis of protein by Gel-Dal methods. So three options are there. The first one is to elaborate new standards for determination of protein by the principle described in ISO 1871. The second one is to consider another standards اللي هي الايسو 20483 اللي هي مخصصة للحبوب والبقوليات للاناليزم تاع النيتروجين and protein calculation. And the third one is to take the ISO 1871 and to add an annex in the standard 234 recommended methods of analysis and sampling. الأنسب والأجدر إن نعتمد الأوبشن الثانية لأنه في مواصفة أصلا للحبوب بس هي سكوب متاعها ما في لا يحتوي على الكينوا. donc we have not validation data for quinoa, just we need to extend scope of these methods and we can use it for quinoa also. I can pass for the second point. Donc for the second point هو يخص تحديد كمية الرطوبة في الواي باودر. just للتذكير إنه في المواصفة 234 هو
powder.
في مواصفة.
إذن we have a standard under the Codex system, so the ISO 5538, which is the IDF 26 by the International Dairy Federation. So this method is adapted or approved. The drying should be 87 degrees. The proposal is to endorse 102 degree as method type 4 for whey powder analysis in order to do the analysis of moisture in whey powder. So this request was based on the complexity to apply the type 1 method, which is very difficult in terms of
specificity is related to
the
the complexity of
specificity related to the complexity
technical metrology for control temperature inside the samples. Donc, discussion في الدiscussion paper هذا
the discussion paper
في الدiscussion paper ما كانش فيه consensus. No
we didn't
consensus
reach a
for this
consensus
point.
regarding this point,
والconsensus هذا راح نشوف بعدين
and this
في جدول
consensus
فيه كل النقاط الاختلاف.
should be contained in
just
a
الميثود type
table
1
where the differences or the disagreements have been specified. So this is the first, the only way to be approved in order to come up with a one result in a single way. The method type 2 can be the reference method that should be selected by the method type 3 and should be used in conflict settlement and should be adapted as a reference method. So the type methods are the methods that contain or satisfy the CCMAS conditions. The type 4, which is proposed, should be traditional methods or new updated methods that have been recently approved where the criteria are already defined.
We have no consensus for this point.
We don't have also a consensus for this point, and all these differences were based on the absence of data validation and absence of comparison between the two standards, be it the type 1 and the type 4. I will move. So the major point is on how to identify the moisture for this product. If we go for a high temperature above 90 degrees for a product where it contains a high level of lactose, so the lactose will lose its character and we will have a kind of crystallization which is not recommended in the absence of validated data and comparison data between method type 1 and the selected method.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
For this point. The next one
for the next item, item agenda number 6. Thank you, Engineer Nargis, on this extensive proposal. Agenda number 4. Are there any questions or contributions?
As you know, lab results is very important either for conformity assessment or also for to take decision for conformity assessment or for other studies like exposure or Amaral's definition. To have effective methods is very important to have real results that reflect correct or real value. But to have good results, we should reduce source of variation. Methods is very important, but also sampling is more and more important. This agenda item number 6 take two important points. The first one is information documents ebook with a sampling plans application based on general guidelines on sampling 15. 2004 واللي كانت فيه آخر ريفيجن عام 2023.
The previous revision of 2003.
So this document, the purpose
Uh,
of this document is to provide
الهدف
further information, technical information on sampling plans referred to the CXJ 15, including background and examples for each of the main types of sampling plan, as well as additional information on other sampling plan. It's a technical document. We will have more information to facilitate and to guarantee the correct application of sampling guidelines. So CCMAS 44 is invited to consider the informations document and agree to its publication on the CCMAS web page. Note that as other applications are developed, they will be forwarded for CCMAS consideration for inclusion in the list of apps in the information documents. And also note that other supporting resource, example webinars, will be also available on CCMAS webpage in the same objective to facilitate application of guidelines of sampling. For the second point, it concerns discussion paper to review the standard CX 203-34 of sampling plans. The term of reference of electronic work group provide the review of current procedure for the inclusion of sampling plan and consider sampling plan information that may be included in the standard for sampling plans that will be developed under the general guidelines and after general guidelines CXG 15 and sampling plans from other source, not noting that sampling plan are subject to endorsement by CCMAS prior to inclusion in the standard 234. But this work did not progress sufficiently to be sent to the electronic group for consideration. So CCMAS 44 is invited to recommended that the discussion paper on the inclusion of sampling plan information continues to be developed to be considered in the next CCMAS and consider the development for a discussion paper on sampling plans, but for bulk materials, including mycotoxins and including Bayesian approaches as set out in appendix, and you can consult it في الويبسايت. All documents are there to be considered at the next CCMAS. Thank you.
شكرا.